What's up, guys? What's going on? It's your boy here, Ryan Right Beats. How's everybody doing? Today we're gonna talk a little bit about the Anatol Thunder. Let's go. Well, as you guys know, if you guys are following, you know I got all new Anatol equipment all over the place. Yeah, so right now we're gonna talk about the press here. This is actually the Anatol Thunder. So this video is a little bit more of a comparison from my old press. I wish I still had my old press, but I actually sold it already, so I can't really do a side-by-side comparison. But I'm gonna tell you why I like this more than my old press, which is a Ryonet 500. All right, first let's talk about where you put the screen. This one has the side clamps, as you guys can see. These are made of aluminum, very, very sturdy. It won't really bend. Now, when you guys putting the screen on it, I'm used to having the back clamp, so when you put it on there, there's a stop. So this is a side clamp, there's no stop in the back. So when you put the screen, it goes all the way down, and it actually hits the gate stopper. So you don't want to do that, because once it hits the back part, that's where it hits the gate. You want it off, so that was a little bit of adjustment for me. So for what I've been doing is I've been putting the arm down and then putting the screen in this way. Now from here, just lock it in, figure out where your point is, and just lock it in. Okay. You want to give a little bit of a gap in where the clamp is so you can move it around, but that's it. Now this press does come with the dual springs. I honestly thought it wouldn't really make a difference, but the springs that they use makes this press really, really light. Look at this, it's so light. Now let's talk about the registration. Points of registration here. This one is your off contact, so you want to make sure you're off your pallet here, so it's easy to get your off contact where you want it to be. And this is your tilt, so whether you want your screen to be up or down, this is your tilt right here. And these are your micros. So the way you use it is you loosen this up. As you can see, there's target marks here. That's on center. I suggest that after you get your press out, make sure you put it back on center before you register anything else, okay? This is your X and Y axis, so if you turn this thing moves side to side. Okay, so you guys can see here, move side to side. This one goes up and down back here this way, and of course the other way is your X, Y, and Z axis. Okay, all you gotta do is tighten it down. You don't want to force this all the way so you can't really tighten anymore. All you gotta do is just squeeze it and you're done. Like I mentioned before, that my previous presses were the back clamp, or the where you put the clamp right here, the screen, you put the screen in and the clamps back here. So those were the ones that I was used to. Now having the side clamps makes a big difference. When you're pulling or pushing on the squeegee, these are aluminum frames. The screen tend to warp a little bit this way, just slightly, and it messes up with your registration. Now with the side clamps, it's very rigid, because the highest point is here as far as the clamp, and back here, so there's really no flex as far as the screen. That's what I've noticed. So it's easier to get tighter registration this way, because when you're used with the back clamp, like I said, your screen tends to flex a little bit, just slightly, just enough that it'll make the registration off. For my experience, having these side clamps makes such a big difference. But as far as pallet deflection with the side clamps and these, it's zero, nothing. So it is great. Now let's talk a little bit about this gate. The gate, see how it's angled in? So when you put the gate down, it fits right in there. Let's see if I can get a better shot. Now even if I have it here, if I miss it, it's easy for me to put it back. Even if I miss it, it was easy for me to put it back. The bearings, it's really tight, really good fitting. It's not gonna move, it's not gonna pop out on you. So I was saying, if you put the gate down, even without the screen, it's not gonna lift up and pop out on it. The only way for it to lift up is you manually push up, and I barely pushed it up, honestly. Now let's talk about the pallet arm itself, the shirt arm itself. It's very easy. It's very easy to turn. It's very light. Compared to my Ryonet 500 and the other presses I have, this is very easy to maneuver. There's no pallet deflection, as you guys can see. There's no pallet deflection. It's the same as my my old Ryonet 500. There's really zero pallet deflection. So no pallet deflection on this one. The pallet itself is made of aluminum, and it has the rubber topping, which my first time having the rubber topping, or the rubber top, I guess. I don't know what you call it, but it's the prints are coming out pretty good. I've had actually the wooden pallets, and then when I got the Riley 500, I got the aluminum, the honeycomb. But now with this is aluminum with the rubber top. It makes a big difference. Hands down, makes a big difference. So if you guys are curious, buy one of these rubber tops from like I think Action Engineering sells them, and just try it out. It's night and day difference for me. These are the slide style, so you guys can see. Yeah, so I believe this slide style is close enough to the M&R ones, so don't quote me on that, but I believe they're the same. Once again, it's easy to maneuver, easy to throw around. You won't get tired that easy. All right, so the last thing we're gonna talk about are these guys. This is their laser system. As you guys know, I did have a laser system on my old press, but with that laser system, I was having such a hard time registering or getting the laser to where I wanted to go, because it was only one bulb or one laser that already had a crosshair. So what would happen is if I would move it slightly, the whole thing gets cockeyed. It goes this way, it goes this way. Now with this having multiple lasers, I can move this over here, I can move this over here, or move this down without messing around with the center. So as you guys can see, yes, look, I can move this around and get it to wherever I want it to go without messing with the other ones. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, with this laser system, it's fully adjustable. And that was the issue I was having with the other laser. I barely used that thing. To me, it was a waste of money, waste of $300 to be honest with you, and it just wasn't working out well. So with this laser system, it's individual, it's fully adjustable, it's easier to use. So I highly suggest, if you can, get individual lasers. So the last thing that I like about this press is the height of the board. I'm not that tall, I'm like 5'6", and even the other press that I had, my previous press, it was a little bit high. It was I think it was at least 2 or 3 inches higher. No, at least 2 inches higher. Yeah, it was about right here. With this one, it's lower. It's 2 inches lower, and it's right where my waist is. It's easier. Yeah, so with this press, it's easier on my body. You know, it's lighter on my body. It's easier to maneuver around. Because even in the other press, I couldn't lower the press any lower. I can go higher, but it can't go any lower. With this one, look. I can go higher if I wanted to, but this is just perfect right now. If you're pressing like 100 shirts and you get to that point of you're tired and fatigue starting to set in, that 60th shirt that you're gonna be pressing for the rest of the night or whatever it is, you know, it's not gonna look the same on your first 40 or 50 shirts. My last project here, I did 120 shirts, one color. Everything looked the same. I wasn't tired at all. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice working with it. So I was saying, it's very well built. You know, to be honest with you, I wish I would have looked at Anatol before I even looked at the Ryonet stuff. They have better pricing, and it's nicer. It's a nicer press. For those of you who haven't seen the Anatol or don't know anything about the Anatol, please try to go make it out to the shows, the ISS shows, or like any trade shows that has printing, and check it out for yourself, because it makes such a big difference. I know I could just tell you guys everything what's going on with this press from my experience, but you guys have to see it for yourself, and you guys gotta try it out for yourself. So if you can, make it out to the shows and check it out for yourself. Well, this is my little review on the Anatol Thunder. I know that a lot of you guys have probably had a little more questions. Please put them down below. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. If not, I'll do some videos on the Q&As. But this is my little video, the Anatol Thunder. If you guys haven't done so, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.